Hello, Fairy Fridays. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for waiting on me. So if I haven't introduced myself already in previous videos, hi, my name is Willow. Thank you for taking me as I am. At the start of this channel, COVID struck us all and turned us all into, we'll just call it COVID robots. Yeah, it turned us all into robots. In all of that journey through COVID, I ended up haphazardly launching another channel, and that was to express my absolute thrill in rescuing a bearded dragon. Then turned into farming for the bearded dragon, and then turned into rescuing a leopard gecko. That channel is I'm having fun with. I've been having fun with. I had the joy of learning how to edit videos, so now here I am. Refocusing my attention back on Fairy Fridays, because this here is such a fundamental part of our overall health, our fitness. And I am actually really excited that I spent the whole year on COVID doing absolutely nothing but sitting around learning how to edit videos and market across Facebook. I've taken a couple courses improving myself as an artist and what it is that I'm bringing to my community, as far as using art as an overall tool of improvement and using it on a therapeutic level. So that's where I want to focus my energies, because that's where I find that I'm capable of delivering the best of myself to not only my community but my audience and you, Fairy Fridays on YouTube. I really just wanted to come at you extremely natural. That way I can take back to sitting around on my behind and editing this video. COVID did a lot to all of us, and if you would like to share your experience through COVID and how it has changed your body type, your body style, your fitness regimen, please share it in the comments below. I'm interested in this channel being a community-based, conversation-driven channel, so please feel free to share and keep your comments positive. Keep your comments positive, because there's no bullying in therapy, and our fitness is part of our therapy. It's part of our physical therapy at whatever level we take it on. So on my level, I've not only been sitting around on COVID, but I was 36 years old when I started ice skating. I think that's how old I was. And I'm 41 now. I'm about to be 42 soon. Oh no. And I've spent the last year glued to my phone. So we'll talk about some positional discomforts and how to improve just your simple natural range of motion. So I am not a certified physical therapy, anything like that. I'm going to take you straight along my journey with me, facing my limitations and some of my, flexibility limitations now, because I have this cool little crick in my neck. I don't know what's going on with my ponytail, but maybe that's affecting everything. So let's just get together and stretch it out. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me on how I want to stay physically fit and physically healthy for the rest of my journey. Who knows, it could be another 40 years, and if it was anything like the last, I'm going to need all of the body strength that I can get. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's tune into this. I think that you guys can see also from the last videos to this one, the environment has changed. I have rearranged upstairs to not only accommodate the bearded dragon, but also to better accommodate these videos. So you'll see this is the banister that overlooks the loft, and you can also use your countertop. You can use your the banister of your balcony, depending on the height. You want to be really careful that you don't give yourself a fall hazard. And yeah, like I said, if you have a long counter space, if you have a table, that's going to work for you. And basically, I'm just going to show you how I use my space around the house to pull off a good stretch. That's it. That way, when I get on the ice, I'm a little bit more flexible, I'm a little bit more nimble, and then when the ice feels so slick, I'm not so dangerous and haphazard like Bambi on the ice. Links to Willows Workshops and Powered by Trauma merchandise can be found in the description below. Your purchases support this channel and its content. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, isn't there anybody off camera that can help me up? So for this part of the video, I turned on some really sexy music, and you can turn on your sexy music too, but I'm going to go ahead and do the voiceover to what you see on the screen. You ready? Okay, let's go. So this is my banister that overlooks the loft. I am going to use it to stabilize. My toes and hips are rested firmly against the banister for support and balance. Remember guys, we're over 40, so balance might be an issue and we might need to pay special attention to it. So that's what we're gonna do. So now that I know I'm not falling anywhere, I simply want to do a good morning stretch, opening my core up to the sky. The two things we're really going to focus on in this video is opening up the vertebrae in your spine and breathing through it, making sure that you're breathing through it and maintaining your balance at the same time. It's very important when tilting your head back to maintain control of your neck muscles at all times. After slouching all day and cupcaking with a pillow all night, that I don't damage the delicate inner workings of my neck. There's a lot of discs, muscles, tendons, ligaments. We just want to be careful, especially in our extreme stretches when we stretch our neck to the back and to the sides. Also, you can see here I am allowing my shoulders a full range of motion, raising them up to the sky, down to my hips beside me. Of course, your flexibility might be a lot different than mine. I've been getting a little fluffy over our wonderful staycation holiday. As I am doing this stretching, I am also doing very deep, widening intercostal breathing. As you can see here, as my head returns to a position of comfort, I'm getting lightheaded. There goes that oxygen surge. Hoo-wee! And vertebrae by vertebrae, we are going to bend our spine as well. Remember that returning to our position of comfort, we want to go back in the same direction we came. And you can see here, I am literally focusing each vertebrae at a time, one by one, returning them back to a natural position of comfort. I literally lean over all day working on one project or another, and it shows. Wow, I need to focus on my shoulders and that slouch. Whew. I am going to go ahead and start stretching my neck, tilting it to the right and gently to the left, back to center. Remember to provide full support from your neck muscles. Gently stretch in a circular rotation around to your right. Return it back to its natural center inline position of comfort. I really like to take my time during this stretch, making sure that I don't move too abruptly and end up pinching a nerve or shooting a disc or any other crazy stuff that might cause pain in our neck. Remember, this is our first morning stretch, so be sure to take the time that you need. We are going to take a small break, allowing our breath to return to normal and any lightheadedness that we experience to subside, before doing the same thing to the opposite side and rotating our neck in a circular direction to our left. Go ahead and make sure that you're breathing through this. I know sometimes it can be a habit for me to hold my breath when I'm stretching, and especially my neck, because I'm so focused on making sure that my movement is methodical, smooth, and gentle. Remember, the last thing we want to do is cause injury, so take your time. It's not like we're trying to be gymnasts, just figure skaters. And to go ahead and work that stretch all the way down my spine, I am going to continue this next stretch with a good bend, one vertebrae at a time. Bend my spine over. I can rest my weight on my banister. All the way down to my hips, loosening my hips. Keep in mind also, these are tiny tilts that I'm doing with my hips just to elongate my lower vertebrae. And we'll get into more dynamic hip stretching in another video, so please subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay in tune with all of our future uploads. Fitness fundamentals after 40. Here I am supporting my balance by resting my weight against my knees and the wall of the banister as I tilt my hips inward, giving my pelvic vertebrae room to stretch. And again, like before, gently roll that stretch out one vertebrae at a time, returning to a natural inline position of comfort. Anytime we return to a position of standing, I want you to go ahead and take a moment to allow the blood to settle in your head. Make sure that you're not lightheaded before moving on to the next exercise. I find more and more as I grow stagnant in one position or another that the blood rushing to my head when I stand up tends to get worse and worse and worse to deal with. So just go ahead and take your time. We're not trying to rush anything. We're simply trying to stay active, stay flexible, and stay in motion. I am going to give my arms, ribs, and intercostals another good healthy stretch and reach to the sky. Stretching out my shoulders a little bit, but I'm going to get into that in another video, so please subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's move on and allow me to demonstrate for you where some of these muscles are that I am talking about. So these center muscles are called the rectus abdominis. As I raise my hand over my belly button, I am moving into where my diaphragm is located, just below my rib cage. This area in here, just below my rib cage, is where my diaphragm muscles are. All the way down my rectus abdominis, and these side muscles over here are our obliques, our flank rib cage, which are basically the sides of our back muscles, and our intercostals, which are the muscles that hold our rib bones together. So we utilize all of these muscles when we're breathing. When we're taking a deep breath in, we need to expand all of these muscles to get all of the oxygen down deep into our lungs where we need it to be. So let's use our healthy mandala and practice some healthy breathing real quick, along with some additional arm and shoulder rotations before we sign off. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Alright guys, so that's a wrap. Like I said, I'm going to be demonstrating arm and shoulder stretches, some more hip and back stretches in another video, so please subscribe to the channel, like I said, so you can stay in tune with all of our future uploads. You're not going to want to miss a thing. This is Fitness Fundamentals After 40. Links for Willows Workshops and Powered by Trauma, along with the art store located on my website, can be found in the description below. All of your purchases support this channel and its content. Thank you for all of your continued support, and I will see you in the next video.